week we have been talking about goods and services and how they are important to us and how they work in the free market economy. Today we're going to continue that discussion, but talk about it in a little bit of a different way. So I'm going to show you guys this video and then we'll talk about what we're going to do today.
Goods and services. When we spend our money, there are two main things we spend it on: goods or services. You use goods and services every day. What are goods? Goods are things that people make or grow to sell to someone else. Some examples of goods are toys, clothes, food, toothbrush and toothpaste, books. Look around. What are some other examples of goods that people can buy? What are goods that you could sell to make money? What are services? Services are jobs that people do for others. They are paid to do these jobs. Some examples of services are a doctor doing a checkup on you, a barber giving you a haircut, or a dentist checking your teeth. There are also services that are provided to us that we use in our homes. For example, when our garbage gets picked up, that is a service. And the electricity that comes to our house is also a service. Think, what are some other services that people pay for? What are services that you could provide to make money? Which of these is a good and which is a service? A car wash. A car is a good. A car wash is a service. Which of these is a good and which is a service? Somebody painting your house. A paintbrush. A painter is a service. A paintbrush is a good. Which of these is a good and which is a service? A lawnmower. Someone mowing your lawn. A lawnmower is a good. Someone mowing your lawn is a service. Which of these is a good and which is a service? A new collar for your dog. Your dog going to the groomer. The collar for your dog is a good. Your dog going to the groomer is a service. Which of these is a good and which is a service? Going to the trampoline park for the day. Buying a trampoline for your backyard. Buying a trampoline for your backyard is a good. Going to the trampoline park for the day is a service. Remember, goods are an item you can buy that someone has made or grown. Services are a job that someone does for you that you pay them for. Next time you spend your money, think about if you are spending your money on a good or a service.
Alright class, so how did you guys like that video? Awesome, that's great. So that video was activating our background knowledge, reminding you guys what we've learned about this week. So today we're going to talk about generalizations of goods and services. Generalizations are important for students to identify important aspects of goods and services. So in general, what's important about good and what's important about services. Goods and services are an important part of society, and you guys need to understand the importance of these concepts. So we have had a couple lessons teaching us about the free market economy and how goods and services are important to the free market economy. We learned the definition of goods and services in the video, and again, we have learned it throughout this week. So since we have activated our background knowledge, we are going to compare and contrast goods and services. This means you guys are going to find the similarities and differences. We're going to start off by making a chart that defines what a good is, defines what a service is, and gives a few examples for each, and then we'll talk about it later. We're going to do this in a group. So I need you guys to remember, since we're working in groups, you guys need to listen to our class procedures for working in groups. Let your other group members talk. Don't be rude or talk over others. You guys are going to use a voice level 2, so no yelling or anything. Your group members are going to be right next to you. And remember to refer to our procedures chart if you guys need it. Half of the groups will be discussing services and half will be doing goods. Everyone will have 6 minutes to discuss their categories with their group, and when these 6 minutes are up, the timer will go off, and then you will have another 6 minutes to write down your answers on your charts. Please know that you guys can also use bullet points. You don't have to use sentences. Once the timer goes off, everyone will go back to their seats, and we will discuss similarities and differences, the comparing and contrasting as a class. And I will write them on the chart in front of the class for you, and you guys can copy it if you haven't already got those answers on your chart. All right, let's get started. Okay, class. Perfect. Let's bring it back. Okay, and everyone please sit in your seats. Great job. So let's start with goods. I'm going to ask maybe 3 people to give definitions, and then maybe a few more people to give examples, okay? So for goods, what were something that you put in your chart? Yeah, go ahead, Alejandro. Okay, so for goods, you need to earn money to buy them. That's great. Anyone else in Alejandro's group? Or another goods group? Oh, good. You need to earn money to buy them because you need money to buy them. So you earn the money and then you use that money to buy the goods. Anyone else? Anything important about goods? Yeah, you. That's a good point. Goods you can physically touch. All right, now let me get 3 examples. I can get this from the same person if you want. Okay, Alexis, go ahead. Right, toys. Anything else? Food. Okay, let's do one more. Okay, good. Toys, food, cars. All examples of goods, right? Let's do services, okay? So you guys can all write this down while I'm writing it. Services, okay. Let's go to services group. Same thing. Can we get some facts and then some examples? Go ahead. All right, you need to work to earn money, right? Work to earn money. I don't know if you guys are noticing, but some of these things may have a little bit similarities, right? Anything else? Good job. So you use your money to buy it. Use money to buy services. Maybe let's get a few more people. Okay, Joseph? Great. You cannot physically touch a service. Why can you not physically touch? That's another fact. Why can you not physically touch a service? Yeah, you. Great. Because someone does it for you, right? It's something someone does for you. If it's something someone does for you, it's an action, right? It's something they do. And then one person, can you give me 3 examples of services? Okay. All right, good. So a car wash, you said? Car wash. Does anyone else have another one? A haircut. A haircut's a good one. And anything else? Good job. A teacher, right? A teacher. Because I am teaching you, which is a service that I'm doing for you. This is great work, guys. So now I would like for you guys to look at your guys' charts. And I want to see if anyone has any observations about the facts in each chart when it comes to comparing and contrasting. So can anyone raise their hand and tell me one observation that they have? Okay, Alex, go ahead. Awesome observation. So he says that he sees that there are some bullet points that look the same for goods and services. That is correct. The bullet points that say that you need money and that you use that money to buy those are both the same for goods and services. And is there anything else? Okay, go ahead. Awesome. Okay, so there are more differences than similarities. Okay. Okay, that's very specific. So she sees 2 similarities and 4 differences. That's awesome. So there's similarities, there's difference. Is there a way that we might organize this information? Good. Okay, we could organize the similarities in one place and the difference in another place. And does anyone know a way to do that? Yes, go ahead. Great. A Venn diagram, like we did for our homework yesterday. So that is a great idea. I love how we're all using things that we have been introduced to in class. So Venn diagram is great. So I actually have some Venn diagrams printed out for you guys. They're going to look like this. I'll pass them out pretty soon. But it's like this, remember, like in homework. You can have goods, services, so things about goods, things about services, and remember, in the middle is going to be things that are the same, right? Things that are the same for both goods and services. So I'm going to give you guys all a chance to work on this Venn diagram. Obviously, you will have a paper. I will have you guys work with your shoulder partners. I want to let you guys know that you guys can use bullet points, but I would like to see at least one sentence, okay? And I've put sentence frames up over here, okay, for you guys to for everyone to refer back to. They will tell you things like, I see similarities, I see differences here. At least one sentence frame for each. Also, if you guys have some trouble with that, you could draw pictures for your Venn diagrams as well. So at least one sentence frame, The rest could be bullet points or pictures if you need to. And let's get started, and then when we're done, we will have some more discussion. All right, water wash. That was great work that I heard everyone when I was walking around listening to your discussions during Venn diagrams. So when we did our Venn diagram and we came up with our generalizations, what were some generalizations that everyone made with their partners? So let's start off our sentences with in general and then tell me what your generalization was. So how about let's go Sophia. Good, okay, Sophia and her partner said in general, goods and services are things everyone wants, right? That's perfect. That's what we use our money for, to buy goods and services. Awesome. Alex, would you like to go? Great, okay, so for reiteration, in general, we make money so we can buy goods and services. So again, this generalization would all go here because it's the same, right? And the last person, go ahead. Good, awesome. So in general, people are needed for both goods and services. That's a great observation because someone needs to make the goods and someone needs to do something else for services, right? So people are needed for goods and services aside from buying them. So class, are all generalizations that we made supported by data we talked about with our group and what we wrote down on our chart? Remember, data is things that we wrote down or we talked about as a class. Good, okay, everyone's saying yes. Why so? Go ahead. Okay, so he said that yes, because we see all our generalizations in our Venn diagram, even though mine isn't filled out yet, and our chart. That is awesome that you noticed that. All data needs to be supported, right? So, any questions? Go ahead. Yes, that's a great question. So yes, they ask if everything in our charts and our Venn diagram is data. Yes, it is. That's a great observation. Does anyone else want to say something before we start closing this lesson? Oh, I'm glad you liked it. So everyone liked working in groups. It was nice for me to hear what everyone had to say, and I enjoyed hearing multiple opinions. And it's very important that you know that it's good to have multiple opinions. And some people may think a little differently than others. So that's a great observation. All right, class. So today we used our knowledge about goods and services to make generalizations about these two concepts. These generalizations were in the form of similarities and differences. And we were able to use information in our charts and Venn diagram, which was called data, to support our generalizations. Does anyone have any questions or comments? Let's start with questions before we wrap up our lesson. Go ahead. That's a great question. Yes, other countries do have goods and services. Many other, if not most. Anyone else? Yeah, go ahead. That's a great question. Yes. So her question was, if I make money when I grow up, can I buy whatever goods and services I want? Yes, you can. You can as long as you budget, right? Remember we learned that about 2 lessons ago. Budgeting is important, but of course you can buy whatever you want as long as you have the budget for it. Any comments? That's awesome. So, do you guys want to buy a lot of goods and services when you grow up? Anyone else? Go ahead. Good, right? So now you guys can use data to make generalizations. And any other comments? Awesome. Okay, so you guys learned about similarities and differences of goods and services, and I'm glad you guys learned a lot today. Learned a lot about generalizations in the form of similarity and differences, and I hope we can learn some more when we move on to another lesson.